Our stream is about the data around us. So I hope it will be interesting for you. We will discuss the data, and try to create the charts from Lego, from candies, and be sure it will be fun. Our stream, the first stream of the Data to Kids activity and the Data to Kids award, is called Data Around Us. My name is Natalia. I'm an engineer and I am data visualization teacher. I'm mom of a little daughter and I really love data in a beautiful way. I'm so author of the book Christine and the Magic Chart. I'm a comics artist, data artist, and the community founder. That's it. Today with me is Neil. Neil, please tell a few words about yourself.
Yeah, of course. My name's Neil. I'm a Tableau Visionary Hall of Fame, which means I use Tableau data vision software and I've used it for a long time. Um, and I have a whole blog all about data visualization where I put up some of my more fun and unusual ideas. I have a book with the same name as well, and there's all my details there. I'll be talking about what I've done after Natalia has spoken to you.
Absolutely, yes. And Neil will tell you about his great data visualization story, his cool projects. And now I will teach you a little about data and train you how to create projects for Data to Kids contest. We have a recording. Let's check it. Yes, we have it. You can ask question in the end or type it into the chat. I already asked you where you're from and how old are you, but if you connected with us later, please type in chat where you're from, the country, maybe state. And how old are you or your kid if you are an adult. That's it. And remember, candies are waiting. Okay, so a little about our work. It's called Data to Kids. Data Kids, the magic of charts for kids. We will make several learning sessions during this activity, and there are 3 age group in this contest. You should submit your project till April 20. And we have 3 categories. First one is a craft. So you could create your data visualization project from paper, clay candy, Lego, or some other material. You could draw your project. It's a drawn category. It's a hand drawn on paper or another surface or digital. You could create something, some chart or data related project in some tool on PC, for example. Today I will talk about first category, craft. So I will show you many projects about that made from different material. So I hope it will be fun for you. Let's go. I want to tell you about the data, how to collect the data, how to begin the project for you for contest. If you think about data like a bunch of Legos of different color, different shapes, size from different boxes, it's a little chaotic, but it's like data around us is. If you want to try to understand it, you should sort it, group it via some groups, for example, by color. So you could see that you have not just a bunch of Legos, but you have Legos in different colors, like 8, for example, colors. But if you want to understand which color which bunch is bigger, you should visualize it. Try to make a bars from it, so it will be easy for you to understand which bar is bigger, especially if you sort the bars from the smallest to the biggest, like on the picture. This is a bar chart, a material one made from Lego. And it's so easy to understand that red one and the yellow one are the most popular color in this setting, in this box. So what data you could collect for contest? You could collect anything around you, maybe your books, maybe your toys. You could count cartoons you like, pencils that you love, or maybe even weather over the week or maybe month. I think we don't have months, but still. For example, this is the different threads from hobby box. You could just divide them by color, and this is already the data around you. You could grab your favorite books and separate them by color. This is the data around you again. Pencils. There's so if you love to draw like me, I'm sure you have so many pencils from different boxes of different colors, and some colors like more rare and more unique, but other like yellow are always overrepresented. Like we have so many yellow pencils, and I never use them because it's too light and not so cool. Here is green. You could see this project from Anastasia is really green, green pencil situation here. I love this project. It's so bright from Xenia. She just collected her hobby box and separated them like rainbow by color, and it looks so beautiful, so bright and interesting. You could see pens, toys, little box. I don't know in what is it, but looks so bright and cool. This is the data. Little Salavat counted his candies by flower. Why not? Of course, okay, it's not so bright, but still it's socks divided by color, and you could easily count them and understand that the gray socks are the leaders in this data. Maybe it's not so beautiful and bright, but still this is the data around us. If you go for a walk, you could count leaves which you meet on the road, like in this project made by Julie. Else you could collect data about your mood, which could change day by day or even during the day. You could collect data about games you played, about situations or people you met during the day. It will be the data too. For example, nice exercise, the flower of emotion. You could just draw a petal for each day of the week and draw it with different colors. And colors will show which emotion you felt during the day. Also, you could collect the data about yourself, like your height that was changed during some period, maybe your grades that changed across school subject. It will be the data too. Quite interesting, especially for for oldest child. It could be more interesting. And of course, you could collect the data about your family or your friends, about their height, hair color, eye color, age, maybe favorite toy, favorite game, a favorite sport, or favorite place. It will be the data. You could just fix it by a pencil in some note, and you will see it. But be careful, especially when you are collecting the data about people. Please think about security of data. We try not to share sensitive data in your project. In Data2Kids contest or just on internet, please don't share. What the sensitive data is? It's a dangerous data that could be dangerous in the hands of stranger. For example, it's the full dates of births of you, your friends, or someone from your family, full addresses of your or your friends, passport or ID details, also financial information. If you're not sure, please ask your parent, could you use this type of data for the project, for our contest or not? Let me show you more examples. Because we're talking about craft category, I will show you many interesting, bright and fun stuff. This is the example from the article of Laura Ellis. Two girls and their puppies create this data visualization. Of course, puppies was the data and girls was the authors. They just collect the data, which commands of their dogs, like which puppy is the leader on which type of command, I think. So it's a simple data set, but you could easily understand that general is better in jumping, but Ava is better in dropping it command. And this was made from clay, but before that, the data was collected by pencil and paper. So it's like, this is the final version of this beautiful project. Made with love for puppies, absolutely. You could make like a map from the Lego. It's beautiful too. I think it's so hard to try to understand the shape of our planet just making countries from the Lego. I'm not sure I could recognize the countries here, but idea is so nice. I love it. I love this project, I think, most of all, because Olga made it this tree made from beads, and she collected the data about her grades in school. for different subject, like the subject she loves and that she don't. Something with like bad grades and good grades, and create this beautiful, bright and sparkling tree. I think I love it so much. It's so, I don't know, so clean and sparkling. This is a nice example of the craft category project. As always, her mother made this like a chart from the plate of water and several sectors. This is our planet, and her and the elements it contains, like part of water, part of ice, green, and you could see sand, stones, and the earth here too. So I love this project. It's so bright and beautiful and so simple. You could create it easily if you have a garden near you. And of course, you could play with candies. You could collect them, you could sort them, divide by groups, by color, make a beautiful pie chart. Everyone loves candies. Maybe it's not so healthy, but still sometimes we could play with it a little. Okay, so there are several examples. And now let me tell you how to start your project. First step is choose what you want to measure. Try to find the data. For example, this is a story from Chris de Martini article. The girl collected her toys. She made a big bunch of her toys and tried to understand this data. Second step is try to sort it by group. Which type of sorting you could use? More popular is like by color or by size, by some interesting features. After she sorting, she divided dolls from stuffed animals. So she had several groups inside her big bunch of toys. After you sorting the data, try to make them into rows for easy comparison. Maybe it will be bars if you could put them like one on one in vertical way, or maybe just make rows on the floor. For example, Helena made this beautiful bar chart from her toy cars. So bright, so interesting. And green cars are like leaders. It's so cool, so big collection. Anyways, okay. Remember that you can compare things in really different ways. For example, Race, our really active member of our community, she divided one set of dolls in 3 different ways. First way, she divided them by size, like big groups, little ones, smallest, and one unique doll in a separated group. Second way, she divided them like people and mermaids. Nice. And third one, she divided them by owner. First row is the owner of the dolls is Race. Second row is the owner of the dolls is her mother. So that's it. Now I want you to show the little practice, to watch a little practice. I'll be happy if you repeat it a little later, because now I want you to watch. Okay, let me stop my screen sharing. I hope, let me fix my... Let me fix my video. I hope you will see me like full screen. I'll just select video with my face and make it big, because now I will show you my my little table that I made for you. Really simple data set. Candies, yes. You could choose your favorite candies and just try to understand how many colors you have in the pack. How many colors of your favorite flower we have in the pack. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, this is the data. Let's try to divide it. One by one, I'll try to make several groups. I divide them by color. Okay, where are orange? Orange are going here. The red one and the yellow. Please, if you're playing with candies, if you will play with candies later, Do it with washing hands. If you want to eat the candies later. If not, then don't worry, of course. Okay, I have 2 bars. Now I want to make red one. Do you want which color mean which flower? I think green is for apple. I think dark purple is for grapes. Yellow maybe lemon. Okay, several more candies. Great. Oh my God, I've made it even in a nice order, like from the smallest to the biggest. I'm not sure who's bigger, yellow or purple. I think they're equal. So you could see this is a bar chart made from candies. I could just grab my pen and write here like grape flower, lemon flower, I don't know, cherry flower, apple flower, and orange flower. And this will be bar chart about flowers in candy pack. A little data visualization. I hope you will repeat this after me later. For now, I will remove it again into the pack and show you one more example. I have so many candies here, you just couldn't imagine it. But this is for work and for study. Okay, let's play a little with Legos. I'll grab several colors and try to understand the structure of the Lego data. I need only square elements. Okay, I won't play with whole box. I hope you understand the idea even with this short part. Again, I will try to separate this data set by color. This is purple. Let's make a bar chart from this. This is blue. Nice, we have many blue details. I got it, don't worry. A purple more, one more blue. I have so many blue details, I think I found the leader. Great. Next one. Several red blocks, 3 orange blocks, and 1 green blocks. Okay, so again, now I'm understanding the structure of data, the structure of color inside the box of my Legos. Blue is like leader here, so many green details, so sad. But now watch my hands. What if I code with Legos something different? For example, I want to code with Legos the data about my pets, which I had during my life. During my life, I had 2 cats. I had 1 dog. I had 4 parrots. I love parrots so much. And I had 2 fishes. So now this is the data about animals I had. I will sort it. I will sort it by size of the bar. And of course, I could write the name of each bar because now it's so hard to understand what the data is about if we don't have the text. So I should write, this is the data about my parrots. It's 4 parrots. This is the data about cats. It's 2 cats. Data about fishes. It's 2 fishes. And the data about a dog. Only 1 dog. So remember, the details, the elements, the candies could represent their self and could represent some other data which you love, which you want to talk about in your project. Like in my examples with the tree of with the beads tree, each bead was a grade, was some mark for, and it's not like the exact element. That's why it's so fun to play with data. Let me return for my presentation for a sec. Yes, we've practiced a little. I hope you like it. I hope you will practice home with your parents and your siblings. It's so much fun to play with candies. After you do it, please send the photo in our website on our WhatsApp chat. This is the QR. You could make a photo or make a screenshot, or we will send the links later in our WhatsApp announcement chat too. How to make a practice? Take a box of Lego bricks or pack of colorful candies, or maybe both, sort them into groups by color, and build columns or create rows from the candies. Take a photo, send it to us. If you are an adult, you could make a video of the process and send it to us because it's so fun for other kids to see how other kids are working with data already. So it will be easy for them to understand the idea and the process. And we will put your project, your beautiful photos with your name and age on our website. It's not a contest part, it's just a part of practice, but it's still cool to see your names on the big website like with everyone. So please, when you will send the project to us, add the author's name and age. Or we will ask it later, of course, but still it will be more simple, I think. Okay, if you have questions, I could answer it. And we will go to the next part.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm using a website called Circos, like to make circular plots online, like by coding it.
Great. It's a digital category.
Yeah.
It's used.
I was wondering if I could make more than one project because I was planning to make one of those, and then I plan to submit another project.
You could send one project per one category. So you couldn't send two projects in one category, but you could send
Okay.
like 3 projects into the different categories, like one for craft, one for drone, and one for digital. But
Okay.
no, it's a maximum. So good
Okay.
luck there. Yes, the bigger the better, of course. Okay, so you could type, let me check chat. Maybe we have some questions there. Yay, from Akragana. USA, Sweden with us. Canada, oh my God, so big, so many countries. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Okay, if we don't have questions for now, you could ask them later, of course. Let's go for the next part. Our great guest, Neil. Please tell us about yourself. I will scroll slides for you.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I will take it on from here. So my name's Neil. I talked to you a little bit about how I started off in data visualization and my career, and just sort of show you some of the stuff I've done for some ideas. So if you go to next slide. Um, and yeah, so as I said, this is what we will be doing and how you can get started. So the next one. And I said there I still find data visualization fun after 50 years. Well, I mean, it's nice to meet all you guys, and I can see your ages. I'm probably a bit older than most people here. I'm 53. And my first data visualization, though I didn't realize it at the moment, was probably, I don't know, about 45 years ago. And it was at school with Mrs. Hartwell in infant school. And she said to everybody, I want you to measure, so get a ruler, of the span of your hand. And how long is it in centimeters? And that was pretty cool. So we all measured it, and that's my hand now, not when I was 7. That's my hand now. And I was the littlest boy in the class, but I've quite big hands, and I used to play the piano, so I used to be able to span my hand really long. So I thought this could be quite cool. Um, so if we got the next slide, what you did was said, when you've all measured it, I want you to come up to the front of the class, pick a sticker, any color, just pick your favorite color, and put it against the number of the span of your hand. And she looked at them and said, "Well, this is really interesting numbers. We have a bit of a problem." But she said, "You can see they're all kind of bunched up together there between 12 and 17. I hope you found it fun." And there's me. I'm the teacher. I'm a grown up. Mine is 20. Now, who said 21? Who did it wrong? Who wanted to beat Mrs. Hartwell? And I was like a small boy, and I said it was me. And that really was the size of my hand. Like I said, I could just stretch my fingers out wider than anyone else could. And I just thought that was really fun. And by visualizing data, we got to have fun with it. We got to make it visible. We got to see patterns which we wouldn't have otherwise known. And we found something interesting. We found what they call the outlier, which was me. And if you just have a bunch of numbers, that's really hard to see. But as soon as you start to stick things up, make patterns, colors, pictures, something visual out of them, you can find something something new. You can data will tell you stories, and it tells you stories in a really fun way. So I didn't know it at the time because it was just something our teacher asked us to do. But that was probably my first ever visualization, like nearly 50 years ago. So let's go to the next screen. So, and that's what I just told you. This is what it taught me, or that you can find interesting things in patterns and numbers and data. So the next screen. So there's a bit of a gap there. I studied hard. I always knew I loved numbers. I went to university and I studied maths, but you don't have to do that. So many people who do data visualization. I don't know about you, Natalia. You're a talented artist, so you probably go a completely different way. You work with artists, musicians, people who studied, I don't know, architecture, chemistry, physics, history, religion, it doesn't matter. So long as you have a little bit of curiosity and interest, anything like that, um, you can go into data and visualization. So I ended up using data, using like kind of numbers and logic, but it was kind of a bit of a boring job in market research. And on the next slide, you can see what I did. I mean, that looks really awful and hard to read, but that's what I did. We didn't visualize data back then. We just put it into tables saying about the brands and the age and things like that across the top and had every number against every number. I gave it back to the client, printed out loads and loads of sheets of paper, and expected them to be able to understand it. And I don't know if they ever did or not, but my job was just to create those tables and send them off. And I was kind of happy for a bit, but it wasn't very interesting. So what's the next slide? And then I started to like see interesting stuff online and see interesting books. This is from Information is Beautiful. There are loads of really cool data visualizations here from a guy called David McCandless. And this is just like kind of where it opened up. And I thought, do you know, wouldn't it be cool to do stuff like that? And we just finally started looking at some of the software where you can actually make visual things out of your data, make charts and graphs and things. So I thought, well, why don't I study that and see if there's ways that I can do cool stuff as well? So what's the next slide? And this was like kind of what absolutely convinced me that data visualization could be fun and could be cool. This is a necklace, and it's by Stephanie Possebeck and Miriam Quick, and so this could be a craft entry. It's very cool. Each one of these is kind of looking at different air quality over different days in Sheffield, I believe, and all the colors and shapes mean something. And then boom, there's that one day where the air quality was really bad, and that's because it was fireworks day in the UK, so they had loads of bonfires and things like that. But I thought, oh. So for data visualization, it's not just stuff that you do on paper or on the screen. You can make stuff, you can visualize it, you can physicalize it, you can do it in all sorts of ways. Now, I'm not very good with my hands. There's no way I could do that, but knowing that that is also part of data visualization, that kind of got me hooked. So my job then moved into what's called business intelligence. We'll move through this. That's kind of if you want to do charts and data visualization, like in a sensible job, then that's what I did. So I made charts. I made charts initially for a social research company. Then I moved to the company that looks after all the data for universities. So built all the charts and all the different dashboards so that they can visualize the data, understand it a bit more. I made charts for a startup company, Groupon, that sells stuff. So it looks a lot of whole load of retail. Um, and then my last job before that was charts for a big real estate company. All these different companies in all different fields have got so much data and so many different ways that you can visualize it and make charts. And if you go on to the next screen, this is by Andy Kriebel. This is sort of superstore data. It's kind of fictitious, but it shows some of the cool ways that you can use charts and visualizations, but in business. So when you want to help people see their sales, their categories, their, the different things by map and all that kind of thing. But um, I also love what I've called evangelism and enablement. So after you start doing charts, I love to tell everybody how cool it is to make charts. I love to help people who aren't really into data learn a bit more about how to make charts. And by sharing what you do, sharing everything that you create, and helping people understand, because a lot of people are a little bit scared of numbers and data as well. So I've kind of moved on to roles where I try and teach and help people. Okay. But my favorite projects had nothing to do with work because all the time I was doing work, I was kind of hooked on trying to make cool data visualizations that would look good in books, look good on the wall, that would look good online. So things that were more art-like. So like for 50 years, I'd always been rubbish at art. I was good at numbers, but not very good at creative stuff. But data actually allowed me to do stuff. I could have fun. I had fancy new ideas. I broke a few rules that, you're supposed to do. And with every visualization, I learned skills that made me quite good at work, but it meant that I could just sort of do more and more interesting stuff. And so like, I think all the rest probably in my slides, I'm just going to show you a whole load of my favorite stuff. And even though I've told you I'm 53 years old, I still like to look at kid stuff and look at things that remind me of when I was younger. I looked at all maybe you might only know these in the UK, but the Mr. Men. The Mr. Men are a whole load of like colorful characters, all with different faces and noses and ears and things like that. And I took the colors and just made them into simple blocks like that. And I thought it looked like a really cool sort of arty way of showing all the different colors of the Mr. Men. And then I thought, well, maybe my friends who aren't in the UK don't really know the Mr. Men. So my next one um, was all about Muppets. I took people from the Muppet Show and from Sesame Street, and I looked at all the different colors there. So maybe you can see like you can see Bert at the top there with his orange face and his stripy shirt, or you can see Kermit, who's like mostly green but just got a little bit of kind of brown color there by his underneath. And so I had a lot of fun with that. And I even went one further. Maybe this next one was a bit optimistic. I thought if you don't know the Muppets or the Mr. Men, maybe you know the next one, which was Smurfs. And quite a lot of them came out blue and white, but there's a bit more color in there than I thought. Um, so that was that one. So, and my next one. Sesame Street. I have always loved Sesame Street since around about the time I was first doing that. And I finally got hold of some data. At the end when they say, if you know Sesame Street, they say it's been brought to you by the letter L and D or whatever, and the number. And I thought, how can I make this data look cool? It's just like a bar chart with every letter and every number, and the numbers are a little bit bigger. Um, I thought, how can I do that? And I played with various different things, and I got this perfectly to have like the length of a feather or the length of a bar with a circle on the end, and put them round in a circle. And I just made them yellow on a green background, and it came out looking like Big Bird. I was so pleased with that. So that you can if you have fun and you experiment, and if something doesn't work, you try something again, you can really um, add to what you're doing just by the way the materials you choose or the different way you decide to show data. So what's the next one? And I love, just like Natalia, I love visualizing things as flowers. And I love taking things that you wouldn't expect to look like flowers and make them look like flowers. So I looked at football teams because I love sport as well. And these were all the football teams a few years ago. And really, depending on where I put them round was the squad number. So the number they had on their back. And the size of the petal all depended on how many games they were playing. The colors matched with the teams. I even did like a little line chart in the stalks there just to show how well the teams were going up and down in the divisions. And you can sort of put so much data in there
So
and make it
cool.
look like flowers. No, I mean it's yeah, there's just so many dimensions you can hide and so many colors you can use, and you don't know what it's going to look like until you try it out. And that's always been one of my favorite things to do.
I should collect this project to my collection of world dot art. I
Oh,
wonder how
I
I've
do
missed
know.
it. It's so
I've been
beautiful.
hoping you'd noticed this for many
I
years. I
love
was
it.
thinking, please. But yes, of course. So the next one, and like this is actually behind me. I made it into a poster. I just when you're looking at stuff that's fun, oh looking at stuff, 1980s number ones, that's fun for me because like I was like 8 to 18 in the 1980s. So every bit of data reminded me of a different song. And in the end, I just chose different ways. I can't even remember how I did that here. I rotated it, I had different colors, depending on how long it was in the charts for and things like that. And it just made for something that I thought would look fun and look quite 80s style. And you could, maybe put it on the wall. What's the next one? And sometimes I just take ideas from the strangest places. I saw a picture on the wall in a hotel and I thought, I don't know what that picture it really means, but I think it looks a little bit like a funky kind of data visualization. I think I could find some data that fits that. So I did. I had a data set all about Irish whiskey sales. Don't ask me where I got that data set, but I did. It was a project we were doing. And I thought, well, if I use those colors and if I make each of those circles and things mean different things, I can make a data visualization. And you've probably seen from every single one of these, I love different colors. The more colorful, the better. All right, next one.
Yes. Inspiration is everywhere, as you could see.
Yeah, and I also love music. This one's a bit more
Oh,
complicated, but it just goes to show that the data for what you do, it can be anything. And I thought, well, instead of making music look like notes, you can make it look like circles or lines or whatever. Pachelbel Canon is a very sort of famous piece of music which keeps repeating and repeating and repeating, but has lots of different themes of the way it plays. And I thought, let's come up with a completely different way of displaying it. So I've done that for this one, and I think my next one is also a music one as well. Oh no,
whoa.
took that out. And again, but this shows I like doing things in circles as well. So remember the Big Bird one? I like to do it in circle. It was really, I could have done it just like a bar chart. And this is just all about the ages of the kings and queens of the UK. Sadly, I did this while Queen Elizabeth II was still alive.
Beautiful.
But it just sort of came out really nicely when it was one color when they were it was like the gold color when they were alive but not king or queen yet, and it was the orange color when they were on the throne. And it just shows that over our history we've had all sorts of kings and queens at all sorts of different ages and different lengths of time on the throne.
Cool.
Okay.
Wow.
Um, Now the maps. Then Natalia showed a map. I like to experiment with maps. This is I tried to put every county.
Like a Lego.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. I thought, well, if each county in the US was a hexagon of the same size, how would it work? And I tried it, and I think it came out okay. The thing is to kind of have fun and experiment and iterate on what you do. And that was showing the proliferation of same-sex marriages in different counties in the UK, not the UK, the US. So you can see more sort of pink colors towards the outside with the more liberal counties. So the next one.
Oh, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So this one, I love I don't read as much as I should, maybe because I'm a mathematician, but I do enjoy reading, and when I do, I like to see what words are used, and I love to see you can read a book and you can count when they mention colors, for example. And this is a fancy chart type, but these are all the different times colors were mentioned in Shakespeare's plays. So every one of those is like a bar chart full of colors, and some are wider and some are thinner depending on how big the play is. And it came out with just some really fun observations about the different times he mentions orange and purple and gold and red and things like that. The words that I find easy to understand in Shakespeare, because some of them I still find a bit difficult. All right. Now so I have now just tried to do a bit more on pencil and paper as well. This one, we were on holiday and there was a beautiful glass circle window, and I thought I really want to make a visualization that looks a bit like this. And this again is looking at all the different colors that were mentioned in The Great Gatsby, because I thought that was like a book that was from around the same kind of Art Deco time as it. But I've done it completely in pencil and colored crayon there. So for each chapter, every time a different color was mentioned, I colored it in, and I quite like the way that came out as well. So this would be like a really good example for the kind of thing you might want to try. And what's
Beautiful.
fun? And
Oh,
again, just to show that I've started to try and do some really simple data visualizations, but using just pencil and colors. And these are just on postcards. I read a whole load of books all about climate change and things like that. And I thought I want to take one thing out of each one that I didn't know before and just draw something that explains it in data visualization. So the one on the right showing how 422 years of sun versus one, and the one on the left was like looking at lots of different line charts depending on different estimates of what might happen. So taking something quite serious, probably the only serious one I've got in here, something quite serious that I wanted to learn, but understanding it more by drawing it on postcard like that. Okay, I think we're nearly at the end.
oh.
Now, you see, I didn't even know
Yep.
that Natalia was going to tell you to do this, but this is what I do. I'm a grown man. This is what I do when I have a packet of M&Ms. I make
Absolutely
bar
nice.
charts. I make them into little pie charts like that. Um, unlike Natalia, I don't put them back in the packet. I eat them all after that, and that probably explains a lot. But it's just, once you love data and once you love colors, like I kind of do that. And my wife's not watching; she'll say it's very silly, and I'll take a photo. And I found them on my camera roll.
I hope you washed hands before you touch the candies and eated them.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Nice.
Yes.
Great. Next slide.
Okay. Yes. Uh,
Oh, yes.
so that's it. Just
It's
like to conclude, be creative and do it for fun. I found so much fun in this. Like I had 20 years where working with numbers wasn't fun for the market research. And then I realized once you can start um, doing things more physically or doing things on screen that are colorful or doing things that in a different way and showing people how they've done it and or learning from what other people have done. Just it's a lot of fun. And so I hope you can take that when you go to some of the things that Natalia has suggested.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your speech. It's so beautiful projects. I love them so much. Oh my God.
All right.
Yes. And remember, kids, that adult job not always boring. Sometimes it's really cool and sparkling and beautiful and with candies too. So yes, don't worry about future world. Okay, this is a book of of Neil, so you could check it and try to read it. It's so interesting. It will help you to ask a nice question, a good question in data visualization, and create something really cool. This is a link, and this is a QR for you. You could make a screenshot. Yes, I want to mention our great book, Christine and the Magic Charts. And here's with me one little cutie. Where is my little cutie? Yes, the charter from the book. It's a Paichi. Paichi little dog is a mascot of our contest. He will help you to win it. So it's a little pie chart, but he's fluffy and he's kind. And I hope you like it. If you're interested in our book, you could check it via this QR also. But first of all, I want you to try and make several practice during our contest. If you didn't register yet, please register for our contest. It's free, and you could submit your project during several free weeks till April 20. This QR code is going to the website, but if you are in our WhatsApp chat, I think you know all the links. And please send your practice to our WhatsApp chat. We will be happy to see it. Now, please turn on your camera and we will make some maybe group photo. I will stop my presentation. I'll make the gallery view. So thank you so much that you have a little time for us today. I'm so happy that you're with us. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day. I hope I will see your beautiful project on our contest too. You could submit it later. But for now, just practice a little with Candice. It's so much fun. Maybe later, based on these ideas, you'll create something nice and big and send it to us and win the prizes. It will be so cool. But still, we will put all your projects with your names on our website and our all places where we can. So thank you. Thank you so much for your activity. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, chat.
Bye.